Hello, my name's Christine Lavelle and I'm here at my friend Sarah's house. Now Sarah has been growing some vegetables in her garden. She started off last year and had an exceptionally good crop, and she's asked me back to come and give her a bit of advice. They've actually gone and sown everything themselves this year, but they were wondering what was the weeds and what was the seeds that had germinated. So I came up the other day there and gave a little bit of advice, and today I've come back to do a little bit of thinning. I'm going to do some on the lettuce and then I'm going to do some on the beetroot so you can have a practice at this at home. So here we go, let's get started. Now I'm sure you've seen this in your own garden where you've sown some vegetable seeds and they've come up in patches and blocks, and yet the whole row isn't filled up. So what we're going to attempt to do now is to go into one of these clumps where the seedlings have germinated and to separate them out, and so therefore that's called thinning. And now you could put your thinnings on the compost heap, or if you've got gaps in your rows you can use these thinnings by transplanting them back into the rows to create a row. So let's get going. So I'm going to take my trowel and I'm going to take a little bit of a distance away from the leaves here, and then the trowel's going to get inserted in. If you did it too close, you could upset the roots and kill the roots off. So a little bit from here, dislodge the root system, and then using the leaves, not the stems because you could break the stems, just dislodge the seedlings, put them to the side, and then obviously you're going to keep one in, so keep that one in and just firm it back in, and that's fantastic. So I'm going to take these, I've got two plants now, I'm going to take these two plants and I'm going to put them in the row to create a row within here. So this process is called thinning, and if you use some of the thinnings to create a new row, they're called transplants. Okay. Okay, so I'm just firming this one in, and the two transplants that I've got here, I'm going to put one here and I'm going to put one here, and that gives round about 10 centimetres between each one in the row. You want to transplant them as soon as you can after you've thinned them out, otherwise the roots will dry out. So in the row, just create a nice planting pocket, put the soil around, trowel up, give it a little firm in, and there we go. On to the next one now. So we're evenly putting these in the row. In it goes, soil around it, and nicely firm it in. As I move my way back, I've come to another cluster here where that needs to get thinned out. Can you see that, Sarah? Yep. So Sarah's the cameraman today. Normally it's Mick, but it's Sarah today. So I'm just going to go into this row here. I'm going to leave the bigger one. I'm just going to go in and thin out the two smaller ones, firm that one back down, and transplant. I've got 3 transplants now, and I'm just going to put these in the row. Weed as you go along. I've got some fat hen here. I'm going to put these in the row here, transplants. So again, dig down, create a nice planting pocket. In goes the transplant and firm it in. Got one more. And I'll put one in at the front as well. Got a bit wild here today. It's very blowy and windy. I think it's going to rain soon. that even if it does rain, it's still quite dry at the soil at the back of the border. So we're going to water the seedlings in after the transplants, because if you don't, the roots are so shallow into the soil that they will wilt and die. So we've got a watering can ready, we've got a fine rose in it, and we're about to do some watering. Okay, next we have a bunch of lettuce seedlings here that have all germinated, and some of them need sorting out by thinning them out and then transplanting them again. So we've got this little patch just up here. I'll just take you around to, so we've got Sarah round here. Sarah's doing the rest of the watering. Hello. Up there, and then we're just going to go and have a look at these lettuce seedlings now. Okay. So I've just got this clump of lettuce here. I'm going to look for the one that I'm going to leave, and then I'm going to look for the other ones that I'm going to thin out and then transplant them in other areas of the bed. So I think I'll keep the purple one and then get the trowel in again, just to remind you, just a little bit out from the actual plant itself. If it's too close in, it will start to rip some of the roots out. So I'm just going to loosen that up. There we are. Take the lettuce, there's only one there. I'm going to firm this one back in again. Take out any weeds that are round about. And before this dries out, see we've got another lettuce just a little distance away. So I'm just going to transplant the lettuce now in the row. Take it a little bit back. Take it about 10 centimetres away from the other one. And firm it in nicely. And I'll just continue doing this within the row until I've created a row. Sometimes you can actually have more seedlings than the rows you've got, and actually I think what I'm going to do with these, if there are any extra, we've got some carrots and parsnips planted just a little distance away, and I might take some of these extra ones and just put them into the rows and use them as an intercrop. Okay, so that's Christine Lavelle here at my friend Sarah's garden. I'm going to interview Sarah as well in a little bit, just to ask how she got on with her vegetables last year, and then what she plans for this year, and maybe even for next year as well. So, happy gardening!
We went for a multitude of vegetables and things we were growing, and we started off by cultivating them in the bathroom from seeds.
Yeah.
And then we transplanted them outdoors later on, which worked very well, I have to say. And also did some potatoes in potato bags.
And who gave you the potato bags, Sarah?
My best friend Christine.
That was Sarah's birthday present for last year, and I see that Sarah's filled them up again this year. So Sarah, what was your favourite vegetables that the family liked last year?
Probably peas were quite easy and tasted nice, and the green beans as well. French beans, I believe they were.
Oh, good, yeah. And so, from what you grew last year, have you changed anything that you're growing this year?
Yeah, so this year what we did is we planted the seeds directly outdoors, which actually has worked okay. But I think next year I'll do them indoors and transplant them outside again. And one of the reasons for that is you've got more control over what you're planting where, because this year we seem to have some random items sort of coming up with carrots everywhere. And the other thing is my husband dutifully wrote down what he'd planted where and then lost the piece of paper he'd written it on. So that was quite a good lesson to make sure you identify what you've got where on your plot.
And that's really why I'm up here today, isn't it? Because I got a phone call and an SOS.
Because we couldn't distinguish what was a weed and what was a vegetable.
So thanks very much, Sarah.
Thank you.
And good luck for this year.
Take care, thank you.